Let's kick off with Donald Trump's long-awaited phone call with Russia's Vladimir Putin. They weren't able to reach a deal on lasting peace in Ukraine. They did discuss the US and Russia playing each other at ice hockey, which has led to another classic Sun headline. Okay, I don't want to misread that. So he's gearing up to a Russia-America ice hockey game. Now, on the serious matter of Ukraine, Putin agreed that Russia would halt strikes on Ukrainian energy plants for 30 days. Ukraine will do the same. Both countries will swap a total of 350 prisoners of war. But Ukraine's President Zelensky said Russia had hit civilian infrastructure, including a hospital, since the phone call with Trump. Putin also told Trump a full ceasefire would only work if Ukraine's allies stopped giving military assistance. I saw the coverage today, Carole, suggesting that Trump essentially didn't get what he wanted. He was pushed back.
But we kind of always knew that was going to happen, didn't we? You know, Ukraine is the loser in all of this and has been from the start. You know, Putin is just he's delaying this and messing about because he wants to take back territory, and he's using the time to do exactly that. This is just so wrong. You know, it's just so.
What's so wrong? Trump trying to get involved.
I admire the fact he's trying to get a peace deal, but you know, anyone can get a peace deal if one country is on the ground and having to agree to everything, and the other country can just carry on and do what it wants. And Putin knows that Trump wants to be friends with him because Trump wants to use him for business purposes. They want to do business deals together. And Trump made an announcement last week, and he put a deal on the table for Putin, and he said, it was a series of business deals for them both. And he said, every day you don't sign the ceasefire, I'm going to take away one of these deals. Has he done that? Has he, Hill? You know, Putin is going to get exactly what he wants.
Do you think so, Darryl? Do you think Putin is playing Trump?
Yes, I certainly do. I think that. I mean, I think we've got fair reason to believe that Trump is probably a Russian asset.
Yes.
Certainly in terms of his financial arrangements over the years.
If he was an agent,
that's different to an agent.
Yeah, I was going to say,
No.
You wouldn't be that obvious, would you, about being pro-Russian if you were working secretly for Russia?
No, I don't think he's working secretly for Russia. I think that's the difference, you see. There's a difference between an asset and an agent.
Because they lent him loads of money when he was struggling.
Yeah, he did. It was only a Russian bank that would bankroll him in the 80s.
I think it may well be the case. Yeah.
And also he's thinking about his financial future. I mean, there are some suggestions that maybe Russia has compromising material on him. I don't subscribe to that because we don't know it, right?
Well, Trump has no shame, so I don't know what material would compromise.
It's a fair point, that, isn't it? Yeah. Either way, you know, we have this is a deeply unserious person in the White House who is dealing with a very serious.
That's true.
Who is dealing with a very serious person in Russia. And as you say, Ukraine is the loser, but actually so is Europe, and so is the Western world, and so is democracy, and so is freedom.
I thought Putin might think, okay, the really clever thing to do here is to give Trump everything he wants, give him a massive win, and then suddenly you've got Russia and the US working together. And that's, okay, he has to then give up a bit of his Ukrainian ambitions, but it would really be interesting. But obviously Putin is deciding to fence with Trump. So let's just hear Trump speaking. He was on Fox News and bragged about having a strong relationship with Putin, said he wanted the countries to work together more.
I had a very good relationship with Putin. I had a very good relationship with President Xi, a very good relationship with Kim Jong-un of North Korea. Lots of good relationships. And that's a positive thing. That's not a negative thing. With Russia, we don't have that much trade, and they'd like to, and we'd like to also. They have some very valuable things for us, including very big forms of rare earth. They have a lot of earth.
Okay, he was also asked why he was closer with some countries hostile to the US, such as Russia, than he was to its longtime ally Canada. And Trump said, well, Canada are cheats.
Tougher with Canada than you are with some of our biggest adversaries.
Only because it's meant to be our 51st state. And
okay, but
but listen to this for a second.
We need their territory. They have territorial advantage. We're not going to let them get close to China.
Look, right? I deal with every country, indirectly or directly. One of the nastiest countries to deal with is Canada. The people now this was Trudeau, the people that good old Justin, I call him Governor Trudeau, his people were nasty, and they weren't telling the truth. They never told the truth.
Wow, I mean, it's just amazing.
I mean, that's just Just so reckless to say stuff like that.
Because that's an ally. I mean, is it supposed to be amusing or what? I can't work it out.
I'm not finding it very funny. I'm finding it pretty devastating, really. I think you're right. I think that this is a world order that has kept us together, that he is riding roughshod over for his own personal gain, it seems, as much as anything else. He talked there about doing deals with Russia. Actually, the economic isolation of Russia in the last couple of years has been a really central plank of the West's response to this war. He isn't a good guy. He isn't the person with whom you want to have a good relationship, Vladimir Putin. He is a murderous aggressor who is taking territory of a sovereign European country.
And the crazy thing is, he's the weakest he's ever been now, Putin. This is the time, if you were going to smash him, this is the time to do it.
I think in the end,
Trump is not doing that.
There are military experts who say, with the right assistance, Ukraine can win this thing quickly because Russia's running out of manpower. They've had to bring in North Koreans. But I mean, obviously, they're now going to be able to rearm.
When he says things like, I have a good relationship with Putin, of course he has. If you give him everything he wants, of course you've got a good relationship.